God, don't leave me hanging. Hey, what's up?
I'm here. Can you see?
I can. There you go. All right. So we're just jumping right in.
Good.
No real. I don't think I'm really going to have a intro on this one. I might. And I'll throw something in. We'll say intro here. Okay, we're back. Um, so I'm actually even still trying to clock out for lunch while I'm doing this because I wanted to get the ball rolling. While I'm doing this, tell us what you've been up to, Amanda. Why haven't we been recording lately?
Oh, well, I live in Indiana, as you know. All my family's in Michigan, and I have back-to-back weekends of camping where pretty sure I'm gonna die from what I did camping. I'll tell you about that later.
Okay,
And then my cousin has her open house this weekend. So
cool,
since I work remotely, I just came up here and said I don't want to drive, make the 4 hour drive back a
cool.
second weekend in a row. So
Right
I'm
on.
working remotely right now.
Nice.
So I went up to my friend's cabin in not upper Michigan, well, kind of like the lower peninsula, upper part of that. And we were gonna go out drinking, so I was out of bottled water temporarily. So I said, that's cool. I'll just drink the water that comes out of the well dug in the cabin.
Oh no.
Because I'm like, I'm gonna keep hydrated. I don't want a hangover tomorrow. I know I'm gonna drink tonight.
Hang on. Time out. Time out. How far away from Flint are you?
Oh, a ways.
Okay, just making sure.
So I probably drank some suspect water, and then when I woke up the next morning, pretty much had some sort of, I don't know.
It's like a Oregon Trail, and you've got dysentery.
I had dysentery. They said they were going to put up a little gravestone for me. But that same day, I got a tick on the back of my neck, which I have never had a tick on my body before.
Really?
And I went to I was like, oh, something feels weird. So I ran back there. I thought it was just a leaf in my hair. No, I pulled out a tick. So now I'm freaking out that I didn't get the head all the way out.
Oh
So now I'm
God.
like, I have Lyme disease and Legionella right now.
Oh
Both.
my God.
I am on my deathbed.
Wow. I got one out of Alice's ear. This is several weeks ago. Had I told you about this?
No.
She woke up one morning and she just rolled over. And I was trying to get her dressed. I always get her dressed when she's half asleep. But I rolled her over and I noticed like this dark spot down inside her ear.
Oh,
Like
creepy.
it wasn't like down in the hole. It was like up around the edge. Like here, I'll show you. So like up in this area.
Isn't that like your pin A or something they call it medically?
Yeah, I don't know. But I was like, at first I thought she had like scratched herself and had a scab. Because we hadn't been out anywhere to where they would get ticks. But I really looked and I was like, oh my God. And my wife was already at work. I'm here by
It's
myself,
scary.
getting both kids ready. I was flipping out. I didn't know what to do. I always knew before. I'd heard like if you light a match and get it hot and then you blow it out and hurry up and touch the tick, it would kind of freak out and let go and come out easier. We
Yeah.
didn't have any matches.
Try doing that to like a 4-year-old too.
Yeah. Well, she was half asleep, so she wouldn't have known what was going on anyway.
Maybe I'm
But
just gonna light your ear on fire.
that's right, exactly. Don't roll over, so let me get your hair out of the way. But I ended up taking a bunch of alcohol and putting it on a cotton swab and really dabbing it a whole bunch. I basically just started squeezing the cotton swab to get a bunch of the alcohol to come out. And that
Yeah,
started
that's what I
waking
heard
her
you're
up.
supposed to use alcohol.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
was like, Daddy, there's water in my ear. So she was kind of bugged more by that. But it was weird because, like, if this is the inside of her ear and this is the tick right here, and I'm sorry for people that's actually listening to this, this is a very visual thing. But if this is the tick here and this is his head, it lifted up. It was started standing on its head and its legs started kind of wiggling around, which was cool because it gave me something to grab a hold of. So I
I
just
heard you're
grabbed the
supposed to
tissue.
grab with tweezers as far down as you can and
Yeah.
try to get that damn head
Yeah,
that's buried in
and I
there.
know the head came because it
Good.
pulled a chunk of skin with it. Like when it
Cool.
let go, I actually saw like this little tiny white speck that was part of her ear
See,
that
my
pulled
fear
with
is the
it.
head's burrowing down in, just a
Yeah.
sentient being inside my neck somewhere. I'm so freaked out.
And I can't believe that you've gone this far in life without ever having a tick, because you've gone camping.
Yes, I know.
No, you've gone camping more in the time that I've known you
Yeah.
than I have in probably the last 20 years.
I go
Like, I was a
camping a
little kid the
lot.
last time I camped.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I've never gotten one before, but it freaked me right out.
Yeah,
So, and I was hungover. I was like, "Oh, what's this?" And I was, dying of my, pretty much whatever bacteria I had too.
right.
I had the dysentery. I had my tick. It was a fun trip otherwise, though.
Yeah. I well, let's see. This is really we're covering two shows here with this little recap. I think I'm gonna do both secular perspective and Chad and I'm gonna talk shit about with
Sure.
this, just because you're busy, I'm busy. We were gonna try to actually do a full length episode remotely in a couple nights, but now you've got stuff going on, so whatever. It's not a big deal. But I figured we'd at least kind of catch up and make people realize that we didn't completely abandon
No,
everything. We're busy.
no, we're here.
So, well, I'm doing this over my lunch break. So this is going to be like a little short half-hour episode of just kind of a catch-up. We don't have any articles to refer to or anything like
I
that.
had some like real life, because Scott had taken me out for sushi last week, and this was like real life TSP topic unfold before my eyes.
Okay.
So we're sitting across from a guy. It was really funny. This guy who was black and very, very gay. And he was talking about the drag shows he's performing really loudly, like the get up he puts on, how
Okay.
he tries to put on a great show for the audience, what kind of makeup he uses. And I
Ow.
was digging it. I was laughing. This old couple comes in,
Oh God.
shovels in, and then makes a big thing about praying, right? Like praying. Like, they hold hands and they're like out loud praying, which I hadn't seen in a while in a restaurant. And I was like,
Yeah, me
good
neither.
Lord, this is such a clash of cultures. And they didn't tone it down, and the other guy didn't tone it down. It was just like he went on about his drag show and like just in the greatest detail I've ever heard. I felt like I'd been to his drag show, and then they were like going on about the Lord and everything, and we were Scott and I were kind of in the middle of it, like, wow.
Glad we already got our food.
But nobody got pissed off or acted like they noticed the other. It
That's
was very
funny.
funny. So I wanted to share that story with you.
That's pretty funny. Do me a favor. I
What?
want you to scoot me what I think would be that way just a little bit. There you go. I was covered like my preview window. Now, see, my preview window is like covering half your face where you just moved in like that.
Oh, okay.
So I'm doing a screen capture. I don't know if I'm going to do this, even use this or not, because you can't do a full split screen in Skype or
Am I
Google
tiny in the
Hangout or
corner? Am I
anything.
like,
So, yeah, I don't care what size I am or you are on your end. I've got me stretched out of as big as I can be. Um, just so, whatever. Somebody needs to write some good uh, video conferencing software where you can actually go split screen,
yeah.
because this
That,
is,
that's also free.
that's free. Yes, yes, that's the caveat. It has to be free. Because there's stuff out there that it's really expensive that you could get, but yeah. And I'm talking weird too. I'm trying not to. I explained this to you yesterday, like with this headset on, so I can hear everything and not get feedback. I hear myself like a split second behind what I'm actually saying, and it throws me off. So I do like all these weird William Shatner pauses when I talk.
Don't lie, Chad. You're drunk at work.
God, I got my drink. It's just cola. I was last night. We were going to record a little bit last night, and I had a frozen margarita that I had sitting off to the side, thawing out, because I was going to drink it while we recorded.
Oh yeah.
Because a couple nights ago, I had one like right before bed. Like I'd started it way earlier, and it started melting, and I was like, well, I'm not going to let it go to waste. So it was basically just margarita at that point, just drinking it. And right before I go to bed, I had the most vivid, crazy, outrageous
Oh
dreams.
my
And I
God.
woke up and like I remembered most of them. I don't remember a lot of it now, But I wish I would have like recorded what it was because it was so much random stuff. Like through from like key points throughout my life. Like I remember like I was coaching drama at one point. Um, there was like a Jurassic Park part at one point.
Nice.
Um, I remember being at a McDonald's and I was supposed to get an ice cream cone, you know, with some of my stuff, and the chick didn't give it to me, and I was getting all mad about that. There were a couple other things that happened too, and I don't remember what they were, but it all very flowed together quite nicely, like from one end to the other. But I just woke up and I was like, wow, that's really weird. But it was all so vivid at the time. But whatever. So I want to drink more right before I go to bed.
Oh, jeez.
I've recently discovered Chelsea Handler. Did you ever watch her TV show when
Is
it was
this
on
the
before?
Netflix one?
The Netflix one.
No,
Yes.
I always found Chelsea Handler like annoying.
I could
Just because
kind of see
everything
how
that
she would
came
be.
out of her mouth sounded like an insult. And I don't
She
enjoy
comes
that
off
all
kind
the
of
time.
harsh.
Yeah.
She does. She
But I
has
saw
a.
she has a Netflix show now.
She does. I started with the documentary series that she did. Chelsea Does, and there was marriage, Silicon Valley, racism, and drugs.
Oh.
And they're like each one like an hour, roughly, type of thing. Really neat. The drugs one was really cool. Like she gets a bunch of people around for dinner. Like it doesn't show them smoking, but it's implied that they've been smoking pot before they started eating
Yeah.
and just sitting around talking. Oh my God, these people are hilarious. But like at the end of it, she goes to some other country to do some kind. I don't even remember what they call it. It was some kind of a drink, and you basically go. You know, you would get with people that you know, and there's a shaman that's down there, and he does this ritual. But you drink the stuff that he brews, and you basically potentially start really tripping and having all these visions and
Oh.
stuff like that. But it can also make you really sick. So they tell you ahead of time, don't eat very much. Like you need to come into this on a very light stomach. And there's like a whole lot of other rules, like don't have sex the night before, don't do
Oh.
this, eat light. Because what's going to happen is if you have a lot of stuff in your system, you're going to start throwing up or you're going to shit your pants. Like they flat out told them that ahead of time. And she's like, you know what? I don't care. She's like, I've shit myself before. I'll get through it this time. But she's like a married couple that she's friends with down there
Yeah.
with her. And the first night, she didn't really have anything. Like it had no effect on her. But the other two were kind of tripping out a little bit. The guy was just really, really sick. He kept throwing up. The
Ugh.
wife, I think she got maybe sick once, but she actually kind of had a breakdown, like about how much she loved her kids. She didn't realize how much she loved her kids until
Wait, the
this point.
wife did?
Yeah. And
Cool.
Chelsea's just like, they're like, all right, whatever. Like she went over and laid down with the lady just to kind of console her a little bit. Well, then the next night, she went and did it again by herself. I think he gave her a stronger dose or a different formula or whatever.
It's like,
And
oh, this broad has seen some life. Let me just.
yeah. And they just basically kept the camera on her, and she was sitting there just kind of had her eyes closed and was kind of laughing like she was going through all these memories from when she was a kid, and she just starts crying. Like you just see these tears just streaming down her face of happiness of like all this stuff that's getting unlocked in her brain that she had forgot about of just memories from when she was a kid. So
Ah,
it was kind of neat. She said it was a neat experience. She just wanted to go to have the experience and say that she had done it.
that's pretty
So
cool.
yeah. So that's what I've been up to. Whenever the kids go to bed, I kick back and I've been watching Chelsea Handler lately.
But I haven't been watching any TV. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So did you do anything Memorial Weekend? I know we were talking about getting together and doing something, and everything just kind of fell through. Just
No,
I
God,
was
no. I just sat on my ass.
I was relying on
Well,
somebody else to.
I painted
You
my
painted?
porch
Oh, okay.
because last fall I like it's an old house, so the
Hmm.
bricks had to be redone in places
Okay.
just because the mortar was coming out. So it
Okay.
had to be tuck pointed, which is a word I learned
Okay.
for masonry. And then, it had to be like the like some bricks taken out and put back in place. So it left like most of my porch gray, but some of it with like brick exposed.
Okay.
So I was like, it's about 90 degrees out. I think I'll paint
Uh,
the porch.
yeah, that was a hot weekend.
Yes. So I was just chipping up paint and then painting and then like playing my Motown music. That is how I spent 8 hours of that day. So then you were
Yuck.
like, you want to come over and record? And I was like, oh,
No
no.
way. So I was expecting a friend of mine. I had told him ahead of time, I was like, hey, I really want to have a cookout over at your house because he actually had a grill. He's got a nice big backyard. His
Hmm.
house is always clean. He doesn't have kids. He's just got a couple dogs. So,
Oh, dogs. I love them.
so, and then stuff fell through because I was like, it was going to be me. I was going to have you guys come over and him. And then they had stuff that kind of popped up. His mom and dad came down to help with some stuff. He got a new yard barn put up, and the old one hauled off, and all that. So that all ended up happening on Monday. So he's like, "Sorry, I can't do it." So then I was pissed. I was like, "Well, damn it! I was really looking forward to a cookout."
Yeah.
And my wife wanted to go to Home Depot and look for flowers. So I was like, "Okay, well, Home Depot has grills. Damn it! I'm gonna get a grill."
Yes.
So we went and bought a grill on Memorial Day, and then my brother-in-law came over. We rode over together to load it up, and then he
Big
helped
old
me unload
gas
it.
grill.
It's a big old infrared gas grill.
Holy crap. You
Took me
went
about
all
two
out too.
hours. Yeah, it took me about 2 hours to put it together. Because my dad was like, well, you can get them assembled. I was like, I have no way to haul a assembled grill
So,
because I
yeah.
don't have a pickup truck. I got an SUV, but this thing is so long,
Yeah.
tall or wide or whatever you want to say, it wouldn't fit. I had to get it in a box and then just put it together myself. But like 2 hours later, I had a grill. But then I couldn't grill on it because we had buns, but they were in the freezer and they weren't going to thaw out. So I was like, screw it. So we had pizza.
Oh, that's
So
terrible.
then, since then, so that was Monday, or that was what was last Monday as of this recording. So
Hmm.
this is Tuesday, uh, June the 7th. I've now grilled and had hamburgers and hot dogs like 3 times, I think, already since then.
Well, good.
So I'm kind of getting sick of it already. But
Oh,
Marcus like, I want a hot dog with lines on it, which means on the grill,
that's what I used to say when I was a kid. I said I want line burgers. My dad's like, "What in
line
the
burgers.
hell? Yeah, I want the line burgers." He's like,
Yeah,
"What do you want for your birthday dinner?" Line
line
burgers, Dad.
burgers.
But my birthday's in April, so it might have been snowing. Not time to
You
grill.
can still grill.
My grill got left in Jacksonville, Florida. Like, here you go, people. You get a bonus grill with your house because I could not fit it on the truck
Ah, it's a
to
bummer.
move it home. And it was just a charcoal grill, but I
Yeah.
like I like my charcoal grill. But it's gone. My little knockoff Weber is with my people with the people who bought my house in Florida.
Gotcha.
So I've been
Not your
grillless
people,
ever
the old
since.
people,
Yeah.
the other people. Um, I thought I had something I was going to say, and I lost my train of thought. Doggone it. Oh well. I'm just trying to think. Oh, I know what it was. So we were going to record last night,
Oh
and
yes.
and Marcus got into some Pepsi about seven
How?
thirty.
Who
Okay, so
is
there was.
supervising this child? Is he just like jumping in a
I didn't
gorilla
think he
pit
was
too?
going to see it. He's like a little monkey. He will climb up and get to stuff.
Oh god.
So I let Alice have like about that much in a cup. I'd opened a can, give her a little bit with some ice, just let her have something with her pizza for dinner last night.
Sure.
And I set the can up on the island in the kitchen. Now you've seen that. It's fairly tall. This little goober went and drug a chair over. He saw it up there,
Cool.
drug the chair over and got it. And I was in the living room. He was back in the kitchen behind me. I had no clue he was doing it till he already had half of it down. At that point, I'm like, yeah, screw it. It's only like 7 o'clock. So we went outside and let him play. And I live on a cul-de-sac, and I bet he ran like 4 laps. Just not straight, but just out there. They just wanted to go play. He just runs. And he's wearing like these little Crocs. Like he was insistent on putting these little Crocs that actually look like crocodiles.
Yeah.
And no socks, just in his feet and running. And he was booking I was like, how is he? And his pants that he's wearing are like too big on him. Like they're wanting to slide down, and he's just a going. But what's really funny, I noticed, I was like, he runs like Forrest Gump, where he's like, his back is up straight, and his arms are moving, and his legs are moving, and his upper torso just does not move.
Sweet.
Yeah. So I can't wait. I want to see if that sticks, because I want to start yelling,
Put him
run,
in
Forrest,
track.
run. Yeah. You know. Well, he's going to be a distance runner, I think, if he does run, because the week before that at daycare, I don't think I told you about this. Did I tell you about the little races that they ran at daycare?
No.
Okay, so the daycare right before Indy 500, that Wednesday, they run relay races for the kids. I can't even say they're relay races. They do a project where they have the parents make cars out of cardboard boxes and decorate them for the kids or whatever. And then you put straps on and the kid wears the cardboard box like it's a car. And they go and they spray paint out on the grass out back, make a little track. They have a little, pit area where they have some water and cups for the kids, and all the parents come and take pictures and film it, whatever. So Marcus gets up to race, and he does the first couple laps pretty good. He was actually ahead, and then he catches sight of the outside line and decides that's where he wants to run.
Just so the most work.
So he goes out to the far outside and just kind of tones down, but he's like, okay, I'm going the distance. I don't want to burn myself out. And he just done it. So of course all the other kids, they only did like 3 kids at a time per race. It wasn't that big of a little track. But it's so they passed him there. I was like, yep, that's my boy coming in dead last.
But if it had gone on for another hour,
yeah, he would have been going. Yeah, exactly. So then another race comes later that he's in, and he doesn't even waste his time on the inside. He just goes straight to the outside and goes again.
Nice.
Alice comes time for her class to do it. Her first race. Now I put a GoPro on her head. And was trying to tape, yeah. And I was taping it off to the side, and somehow or another I bumped the record button and didn't realize it. So there's a big chunk of the day that I missed and didn't realize it. So I didn't get this actually recorded from her. Now I got it from her perspective from the GoPro on her head. But as she's rounding the corner, there's a little boy coming up behind her wanting to pass her. Flat out freaking shoves her, knocks her to the ground. Oh yeah. Her shoe flies off.
Whoa.
So all you really see is from her perspective is just, a lot of grass and shaking and stuff, and all of a sudden just a tumble, and you look back and you see her shoe. So she just kind of gets up and walks over, and you can tell she's pouting a little bit. The teacher comes over, and then Gwen comes running over, so you see them coming and help her put her shoe on. So the guy that's running the race, the guy that runs the daycare, he holds the one boy back. He's like, no penalty lap. He's like, you're staying here, and lets the other 2 girls run. And then once they get about a half a lap ahead, he lets him take off again.
Jeez.
And that was about it for her. I think she might have ran one other race, but she's like, hey, I'm over this.
That's cold. My brother did that one time. We went to go see his basketball game. He was in early middle school. Mm-hmm. And they were losing. My poor school district always lost. And he's getting mad about it. So, they make a basket, the other team does, and they're running to the other basket, as they do. So he just holds his arm out and just clotheslines the kid that's trying to come up and pass him.
Oh my God.
You're out of here, pretty much.
Oh my God.
So kids do that kind of thing,
That's mean. That's really rough.
But my mom and, my sister and I are sitting in the stands and we're like, oh shit, that's our relative there.
Oh gosh. So where are you at? So you're staying at your sister's house, right?
No.
Your mom and dad's now?
I'm on the porch of my Scott's best friend's house. I got a croquet set behind me.
Gotcha.
If anybody wants to join me in croquet.
Yeah.
And he's still got a bonfire smoking out back.
No kidding.
Yeah.
As I say, I could tell the environment was maybe kind of different. I knew you were in a different spot from when we tested yesterday.
Oh, he's got 2 porches. He's got a front porch and a side porch. It's
okay.
So
cool.
My friend that has chickens and bees. He keeps bees, and then he's like plows up and plants a lot of vegetables. He comes over with a flamethrower.
Oh my God.
I don't know where you even get a flamethrower, but really all it looks like is a propane
Amazon.
tank, a hose attached to a metal pipe with like a flared out end.
Right.
But it shoots flame.
Yeah.
And he's like, I've come over to start the bonfire because Steve had a lot of brush to burn. And this was Sunday night. No, yeah, because I had just gotten back from up north. I was really pale, like, oh, you guys. And so he starts up, they get the fire started successfully with, like, you know how you usually got to squirt some kerosene
Right.
on a fire or something.
Right.
Didn't have to do that.
No, it's
And
kind of included.
I said, "What do you use that?" They were trying to get me to use it. No, I'm not. I'm not doing the flamethrower. I'm not doing it.
Oh, I
But
probably would have. I would have had to have just to say that I did it.
right. But I'm like, no, 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 no. I don't because the end was like glowing red by the time they were done, and I'm
Well,
like,
yeah, it's hot.
that's a bad idea. I don't want to be near anything that hot either. So I asked him like, "What do you use this flamethrower through? Like, what did you buy this for?" He's like, "Oh, I got some tall weeds on the side of my yard. You know, I just like flame them down so he doesn't weed whack. He just uses
Yeah,
he's just out there
there's
with
people
a
that do that.
flamethrower, like waving at his neighbors, like
I
just
wish I
take
could do
care of
that
these
down the
weeds."
road. There's
What,
too
you
many.
need a flamethrower
I
for
wish I
that?
could go flamethrower with a property, get rid of all that, but there's too many houses nearby. I don't want to. I don't need that lawsuit.
No, he lives right next to. There's a house on either side of him. He's got like property, but it's all behind him, like in a.
And that's where he does it, is out back, or does it up front?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Wow,
So I just
I'd be
pictured
afraid
him
something would
flame.
happen.
I'm supposed to go over there today. Later on, I'm gonna get in the beekeeper outfit, and I'm gonna, smoke out the bees and like learn about the.
Oh, cool.
It's, yeah, I think it's gonna be awesome. Because I asked him like, well, have you got angry bees? He's like, no. He's like, they're pretty chill, so you can just walk out there. He's like, I doubt you'll need like a bunch of covering on. So,
You just walk up to him and say, "Hey guys, be cool."
well, he's
I'm
like,
sorry.
and I don't. He knows a lot about the bees. It's pretty awesome because he's
Yeah.
trying just to save the honeybees. So he goes over there, and I guess you're supposed to have like that little tea kettle that's got the
Right.
little bit of smoke. But he's
Smoke.
like, you can't do too much smoke because then they think
think it's
their
on
house is
fire.
on fire and they get pissed. But like a little bit just like chills them out, and they're just pretty much
Right.
token on that smoke, just being chill. So I'm gonna try to harvest some honey today. I'm super excited about
That'll
it.
be cool.
Yeah, no, I need to get some pictures of me doing
Yes,
it.
totally.
Proof. But you
Yeah,
went
we
to
could
this.
post. We could post pictures of that on our group. That'd be awesome.
I kind of want to do it just because of the bee problem. He said because it's the mites that are taking out this certain kind of mite. I can't remember the name right now, but he's pretty unaffected this year
Huh.
by those mites. So he says he's got a good. Because he tried last year, he said it was bad. He had to replace his queen halfway through, but he gets the queen in from the internet, and she
Yeah.
comes in a little like box that's made out of like this sugary, kind of almost honey substance.
Yeah.
Because if you just try to introduce the queen, a new queen to a hive, they might kill
Kill
her.
it.
Like they might be like, you like that's horse shit. You know, you're not our
Imposter.
yes.
Yeah.
But he places this whole little box right in there, and then the bees kind of got to chew through it, and they're like, "Oh, this lady brought us gifts."
Oh,
So
right on.
yeah, so they're like, and then they get used to her scent as they're like chewing
As they're
through
getting
this
through
thing,
it.
and then they free her eventually, and then they're like, "Oh, you're cool." It's really cool. He does it all through the internet, so
That's kind of neat.
I know I'm learning all about the bees.
Huh.
He says the bees are just like little aliens. They're super cool. The little colony
cool.
that goes on.
Yeah, I remember my dad's dad had bees when I was growing up. I can't remember if we talked about that on here before.
Yeah, we
or not.
kind
I
of
feel like we did.
got to the bees before, but now I'm just like geeked that I get to go see the bees. So
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
yeah. And then what else has been going on? You went to the zoo.
We
You
went
look
to the zoo.
you look sadder than hell at the zoo because you posted like a video just like this is crap and it's raining all around you.
That's
And
right.
you're under a pavilion
Yeah, I
with,
forgot
like,
about that.
6 screaming kids. I was like, Why
And
is
that
he
wasn't a
crazy?
very long clip either. I just
Hmm.
wanted to more or less play with it because I was going to take a picture. I was just looking at my phone and looking at Facebook, and it's like, you could stream this live. I was like, I haven't messed with that yet. I'll do this real quick. Because we go to the zoo, and it was supposed to be a 10% chance of rain that day. That's what it
Okay.
said that morning. It switched to about a 90% chance of rain. But it got really dark really quick out of the blue. And then we're kind of in the plains area, so there's not really a lot of overhead shade where we were specifically at to begin with. And I remember Marcus and Alice both kept saying they wanted something to drink. So I finally find a stand over in that area. Just got like a little bottle of lemonade. Of course, Marcus doesn't want lemonade, or he doesn't want that lemonade. He wants something else. He wants his own drink. I was like, well, I'm not going back. But as we start making our way back towards the end of that area, it got really dark, and I felt like a couple of drops. And I was like, we need to move now. Like, it's going to start raining. She's
Find
like,
some
no, it's
shelter.
fine, or whatever. And I'm like, no, we need to move now. And a few more starts coming, and I look ahead, and there's like this little bird exhibit, but it had a really big awning area to get underneath. And I had a stroller. I had one of the kids in the stroller, the other one was walking, and I just booked over there. And as soon as I got underneath, here it all comes. And then I see everybody else rushing, trying to get up to that too. I was like, yep, this is my corner, bitches. Back up. But it wasn't completely solid. It was like sheltered from straight down, but like stuff was coming in from
Like
the
a
side.
thatched roof.
Yeah. So
Thatched
stuff was like
roof.
coming in from the side. So it's like I was getting kind of wet on the side, so then I had to kind of move over a little bit. And as soon as I got up from this one little spot, damn it, if these little kids didn't sneak right in. Like the seat hadn't even got cold yet, and some other kids snagging my spot. I was like, dang, you little shit. I might have sat back down there. Whatever.
It didn't look fun.
It was a fun day. I hadn't been in a few years. I hadn't been since before Marcus was even born. So
I have
three and
not
a half
visited yet.
years, 4
I
years.
now I'm kind of on the fence because of the whole like Cincinnati gorilla thing that happened. Now I'm like, oh shit, like our zoo's just
We have a really
over.
cool orangutan exhibit, and there's no
And
like anybody falling in type of thing. It's like it's all a glass building, and they're inside it. And then once they can climb up really high, and there's an exit for them, and there's this big tram that you can get on and ride around. It's like it's a suspended thing. You can ride around and look at them, and they have rope like these big ropes that connect all these things together. So the orangutan can actually go outside, and we're talking 100 feet up in the air, climb across, and get out to these little towers all around the exhibit.
that's
And I didn't
cool.
know what it was because I hadn't been there in forever, and especially since they had this exhibit. This is new. And I just look up, and I just see this tower on the tram, and I see an orangutan up there. I'm like, oh my god, one of them got out. I wonder if anybody knows yet. But then I got to like really looking at the situation. I was like, oh no, well, that's part of the exhibit because it's way up there, and the way these towers are made, it's not like it's going to get to the support beam and slide down and get out. It's trapped up there and would rely solely on these ropes to get itself back to the building.
Good
So
Lord.
it's kind of cool.
That's cool. No gorillas at that one.
No, we don't have any gorillas over there.
All right. I was just
So
wondering about that. I was like, ooh, I
yeah,
wonder, if they're reevaluating any sort of like exhibits that they have over there in light of.
I don't know.
Um,
I'm not sure,
but
but
they're not filing charges against the parents. I saw that today
yeah,
because they did
yeah.
open an investigation. I was like,
Yeah, we probably ought to like actually do an actual discussion on that one, maybe at some point. But
oh,
I don't know. By the time that we get back to where we can really record again, it's gonna
I
be too far
no, because I
past.
don't know if I can talk about it because I sound like a straight freaking sociopath when because my like the kid fell 15 feet.
Yeah,
I wish to God he just would have gotten like knocked out, so he wouldn't have been so interesting to the gorilla. Like, oh,
right.
I wish that kid just would have gotten like knocked unconscious with the fall.
Yeah, the whole thing was everybody else was making so much noise and getting the
Oh,
gorilla
I
stirred up.
know.
That was really all it
I
came.
don't know why it wasn't like closed off. Like, get the fuck out of here, people!
Yeah,
You're just screaming and making.
because
Ugh.
at our zoo, there's little fences, like wooden fences, and the kids could try to climb up the fence, but then there's still like chain link, right immediately behind that, or like a not necessarily glass, but like a plexiglass panel. There's something to keep you from getting straight through.
The only
But
fault I find with this mother here, because I know a lot of people have put her parenting into question,
and after
is
just time out real
that
quick. After this, we got to wrap it up. So
okay? Is he just told her, like the onlookers heard, Mom, I want to go into the water.
yeah,
I would steer the kid away from the shit at that point
yeah,
because little 3-year-olds are maniacs, and if they just said they wanted to get into the water, they're gonna try like hell to get into that water. So I don't
yeah,
like look away from them at that point. I'm like, oh, we're leaving because you're, a maniac.
yeah,
So
yeah. I don't know what the setup is over there. Um, so I mean, I can't really comment on it. All I
well,
know
I
is what
know,
our zoo here in
I know.
Indianapolis looks like. But I know I can't think of any spots at least that I ran across. And we kind of cut our days short because it was raining so hard. But I can't think of any particular spots where you could just climb through and get to anything. Like nowhere that I can think of. Maybe
Well,
right up front where the seals are at. But even then, you'd have to really, really try hard and go over the top of everything. You couldn't just slip through.
right.
But whatever.
Okay.
Anywho.
My last thing before we
Okay.
gotta go
Okay.
is then this relates to pastafarians,
Okay.
the flying spaghetti monster. We are about a month away from Ramadan.
Ramen Don. Oh my god.
Have you heard of this before?
I've not heard of that one.
It's a holiday. During a specific period, pastafarians must eat nothing but ramen noodles in order to feel the pain of poor college students wait, who are unable to purchase anything but this particular food. It is also best to be dressed in full pirate attire for this holy time. Do you think we can dress up in pirate getup for
I
one of
don't.
our TSPs during
Oh,
Ramadan?
I don't care to. I don't know that I have a pirate outfit.
No, neither do
We
I.
have a. I think there's a play pirate hat around here. I could
But I
probably
was
wear
like,
that.
what the fuck, Ramadan?
You know, I think I saw a Facebook post about that the other day. I just kind of scrolled past it really quick. But yes, that's what it was.
Because I think
Because I
the
was like, this is an odd time of year for Ramadan. I was like, why are they posting that? But it was Ramendan.
yeah,
Now that I think
Ramadan.
back on what I saw.
I think it starts like July 9th. I don't know, but it was cracking
Oh
me up.
yeah, we got
I'm
to do
gonna
that.
observe Ramadan because I'm one of those weirdos that still likes ramen noodles. Like even though
I
they're like
haven't had it in a really long time, but yeah.
they're about the worst thing you can ever eat, but I will observe Ramadan.
Oh no, I loved ramen noodles back in the day. I haven't had it. I remember my mom would buy like a big box of them at once because they were cheap,
Yeah.
and that would just be like lunch for me one day every now and then, just
One time
because
the
I was lazy.
a truck carrying the ramen noodles crashed and they had like a Facebook meme that was like $10 worth of inventory loss. So sad.
Yeah. Well, tell you what, I'm gonna let you go. I know you got
Okay.
stuff you got to get to today. I got to get
Yep.
back to work.
Me too. Me too.
Um, I guess technically you are still working, kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
Yeah.
Still logged
So,
into my messenger at work, so
gotcha. Okay. Well, guys, this was more or less just a pop in and say hi, let you know we're still here type of
yeah.
thing. So yeah, for everybody on Secular Perspective, keep on heathing on. For everybody watching Chad and to talk shit about, yeah. See you later.
Stay cool.
Stay cool. All right. We'll catch you later. I'll talk
All
to you later,
right.
Amanda.
Bye
Bye.
bye, everyone.